This is football heritage.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Heritage. This is one of our first ever video podcast episodes. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section and follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram. On Twitter, we host football spaces after matches. We drop match previews, match reviews, and yeah, we discuss all things football. So make sure you check us out. You can also listen to the audio of this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Football Heritage. So yeah, today I'm here with two special guests, Folaju and Footy Wizard or Tomisin. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Well, I'm okay. Just happy to be here. Happy to share the podium with Walajo and Footy Heritage himself.
Yeah, let's get it. Okay, great. So as well, you if you don't know, they are both United fans actually. So they've had a very interesting season. But I also want
To
to
say
hear
the
from Footy
least.
Wizard. I also want to hear from Footy Wizard. What are your thoughts? Like just a little bit on Man the season, the manager, the players.
Well, man, guy, like if you go through my tweets, you know that I always say that these players are garbage. Bar maybe one or two of them, bar maybe one or two of them that have potential. But see, Amorim, nah, bro. Like I'm all for him doing well. I'm all for him doing well, but this guy has not shown any sign that makes any of us confident going into the new season. Like I see fans confident, like, and I'm wondering, like, what has Amorim given you? Like, what has Amorim given you, like, to hold on to something? Like, okay, even if we're saying performances and that, like, okay, that's calm. Even if the squad is garbage, but this guy has not shown us that okay, he can do it. Like I said, I want him to do well, but now it's not looking good. And then transfer window, we are not even moving. We are just there, just stagnant. Like, bro, there are just a lot of things. I always keep on saying this. Wolves brought in Vitor Pereira in December, and this guy had Konya as Chandler Singh scoring goals, Andre balling. Amorim is at United. I can't tell me that Wolves have better players than United. Now, this Vitor Pereira got them moving. Amorim, I don't know. Bro, we did not win back to back games for like how many months? 6 months. Bro, it's not looking good.
So are you Amorim in, Amorim out?
Bro, for me, for me, because the club is in a bad place, we can't do him away. Like we can't just throw him away. Like that would be a lot. It's going to cost us financially. But if the club can just close their eyes and then just say, nah, just go. But it's just the financial implications that comes with it. But if they can back him and then Amorim should like just, I don't know, man. Guy, I'm just genuinely, I do not know.
We don't know. We don't. That's just the truth. Like
Like
it's hard
that's
to
just like
say.
we don't know. Like we're just going into the new season
Going
with
off
like
hope.
blind faith, like just hope, like let's just see what he can do. But the guy's not giving us anything to hold on to, nothing. Like it's bad, it's really, really bad.
He gave you guys the 2-2 draw at Anfield.
Okay.
Man,
Anyways, so like everybody knows, the Prem season finished about a week ago. So we're going to be looking back on the season and basically having like an end of season award. So the best players of the season, best young players, signing of the season, team of the year, and all of that. Okay, so our team of the year it comes with a little bit of a twist. So you can only pick maximum of one player from each team, so that you don't just
One
go
player
and
from
have
each team.
yeah. So you're not just gonna
yeah,
have you're just
that's
gonna pack
hard.
one
Just pack
spam
11
Liverpool.
Man players. Like yeah.
11 what?
Anyway.
Why not try to get relegated, please? Anyway, so yeah, you can only have one player for each team. All right. So who do you guys have in goal?
Okay. So with this new caveat, of one player from each team, I don't think he can waste this keeper slot on like one of the big teams, even though that's where a lot of the elite keepers are. But my keeper in goal is Jordan Pickford. I know. See, thing is, I
Go
feel
on.
like not that. I
Shaking
know
my
why
head
you're
because
smiling.
I agree
Anyways,
because I
thing
agree
about
with you.
Differential,
Pickford, right?
differential,
You agree with
differential,
me, but
differential. Fair enough, fair enough.
thing about Pickford is like no, not necessarily like Pickford, about keepers, right? Like feel like everybody knows, like everybody has knows that Pickford is good, right? Not great, but everybody knows that Pickford is good. But I also feel like keepers from small teams, they kind of like there's a limit to where they can get to. Because at the end of the day, yeah, they're going to concede a lot of goals. But I think yeah, out of all the possible options, like because I'm saving some players for some sports, I think Pickford is my man in goal.
Okay, okay. I was shaking my head because I also had pick for that. I don't like agreeing with you. For those for those that have watched episodes, I don't like when I was the same side as well.
So
But yeah,
that's
I couldn't waste my keeper slot, so I said let Pickford get the shouting goal. Footy, who do you have?
Yeah. I don't want to waste my own keeper slot, but I'm going to go with. I have to go with sales. I have to go with sales. I feel like
Sales.
okay.
You're
yeah,
using your Nottingham Forest. Oh, let me not say wasting. You're using your Nottingham Forest slot.
yes, because I already have something in mind, sha. So I'm going with sales, sha, because but what a season from sales. Like the guy really stepped up. Like the guy pulled off some, and that guy I don't know how it is, oh, but the guy looks like a proper old man, oh. But the saves the guy was pulling off this season. Even some games that Forest were whack, like completely whack, the guy stepped up for them, trying to keep them in the game. Now the guy really turned up this season. So I'll give the guy fair play to the guy.
Yeah, first I can't lie. Sales was moving mad. This is some of the saves that he was making. I'm just like, bro, please now. Like,
Like
No,
yeah,
like
actually,
the guy was
I,
moving mad.
I think sales is a good shout. And if there wasn't the caveat of one per team, I'd have used sales. But now on to right back, and this is where I decided to use my Nottingham Forest pick. So of course, right back, I have our Nigerian boy Ola Aina.
well,
I know Forest season came to a disappointing end, of course, courtesy of the Chelsea and
all
all
right.
that. But but the season as a whole, I think Olaina was very solid. I think he was very
Yeah,
good. Left foot, right foot. He scored, and I remember he scored one banger against I think West Ham also.
West Ham.
But
Yeah,
generally,
where he cut
like,
in left foot.
yeah, on his left foot. But generally, as Nottingham Forest, the reason why they were even in the Champions League places during the season was because of their defense, and I think
Yeah.
Aina was a very huge contributing factor in that. So he would have my right back slot.
Yeah, even before his injury, the guy
Okay.
was putting in minimum 7/10 every
Consistency.
match. The guy was
Consistently
very
clean sheets every week.
clean
So Footy
sheet.
Wizard, who do you have as your right back?
Well, I wanted to go for Aina, but I went for Munoz.
Ooh, okay, okay,
Okay.
okay,
I went
okay.
for Munoz because I feel like I just like how the guy gets up and down the pitch on the right flank. Like 1 minute you see Munoz the attacking third, the other minute you see him defending. Like the guy actually put in a solid shift this season. And then the guy was not on the lips of everyone this season. I don't know, maybe it's because he's not the flashiest of players, but when you need a job from a right back, right wing back, Munoz always puts in a shift. And then he was chipping
Mm.
in with assists, goals here and there.
Assist
I
against
was
United, I remember that one clearly.
so, and
um,
then the guy dropped an assist on United's head. Dropped an assist the FA Cup. Nah, the guy is a baller. The guy is a baller.
Yeah. Folaju did you have?
I can't lie. When I was planning my team, I realized that I actually had two Forest players. But yeah, so for right back, I ended up going with Munoz. So I
Okay.
think like
Shout.
Munoz, I know is kind of like a big argument. I think I know had a better season, but like
Yeah.
I'm still saving my Forest spot because Munoz had a good start and a good end. Somewhere in the middle, it was kind of shaky, but
Yeah.
Like Crystal Palace also had like a really really good end to the season, and Munoz was hero. I like how attacking he is, very offensive, very straight, very direct. I like Munoz as my right back. And then to go on to the next position, left back slot, with one of my favorite players in the league this season. Unfortunately, he's joining Liverpool, but Kekes.
Ah.
Like
Okay.
that guy, he's your dream left back.
Bro.
Fast. This season, like puts in the best crosses. Like his delivery is top notch, and then he's so physical. Like I even saw one. I saw a clip a few days ago online about like Ahmad and Keke, some battle they had this year. Like when two good players are just it
Yeah.
was like Keke is a fantastic player.
It's because of Ahmad
Unfo-
Yahya guy.
No, now unfortunately he's going to, no, not unfortunately he's going to Liverpool, but Keke is a proper bowler.
Okay, Fez. Who did you have footies at?
Oh, same player, oh, Kekes.
I thought two of you don't have the same team.
We'll see,
Twins,
Sha.
twins.
But yeah, Kekes, man. Ah, the guy put in a serious shift this season. Like, I'm actually pained that the guy is going to Liverpool because
Really, really.
Liverpool is a team that guy I do not like. But man, Baby
Keke as a wing
Robertson
back in United would be crazy, but well,
be crazy. And I'm already imagining him doing what Robertson. Obviously, he can't do exactly what Robertson was, especially peak Robertson. But yeah, like his crosses, cash money. Oh, no. The guy is just proper bowler. And the guy is athletic as well. Bro,
flying fullbacks.
flying fullback.
I I thought of Kekes actually, but I didn't go with Kekes. I
I
went
know
with
Korea.
no, I
Don't let
didn't.
me. Don't let,
I
better,
thought of
better,
I thought of Kukrela too. Like
better.
it's a crime. It's a crime that Kukrela is not going to be in my team, and it's a crime that none of you even mentioned Kukrela. But
Robinson.
anyways,
Oh,
I went with Anthony Robinson. I think he got I think about 11 assists.
yeah.
They had a very good season for Fulham. Fulham generally they do well. They are mid-table, but they're very solid, and they're a team we don't want to play against. Like even when we beat them, we're very lucky to beat them. But yeah, I think Robinson this season had a very decent season. I think him and Kerkez is like neck and neck, and I went with Robinson. Also, I'm saving. I was saving my Bournemouth slot, but yeah, I think
One more slot.
Robinson.
Okay.
Robinson is my pick. Who did you guys have at your center back? Wait, are you guys playing? Are you guys playing back four or back three? Because I know Amorim plays
All
back.
right. All right.
Relax.
Um.
Relax. I'm playing back for sure.
Back four. Okay.
So
Why are your two center
my two
backs?
center backs are Milenkovic and Gabriel.
First,
Right.
first.
Through this is surprisingly this season, like after all the Saliba shouts for most of last season, I think Gabriel outperformed Saliba this season. Like I don't know, Saliba wasn't as consistent as he was.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I say last season or 2 seasons ago, but the season before this. And then and Gabriel also contributed a lot to their goals when they were scoring corners left and right. Gabriel was
Cash
scoring
money.
almost week
Back,
in, week
back
out.
out to
And
Gabriel. Right to Gabriel.
Milenkovic is the reason why Forest, like at least their defense, he was like the anchor in their defense. He was like a good last line of defense. And even when Murillo is really good though. Like don't get me wrong, but Murillo has brain touch too. So, but
Yeah.
Gabriel and Milenkovic are my two centre backs, and I think that caps off a nice defense.
Okay. Footies, how did you have?
Well, I went with. Hey, Jesus. I didn't even realize that I've picked two. Hey, Jesus. Okay.
We pick two foreign players.
No, okay. I already
Okay,
picked
why?
sales. I picked sales already in my defense. I'm as my keeper.
I mean, you can
I
change.
see. Okay, why you have figuring that out?
But
Like I said, I saved my Bournemouth slot for the chill guide in housing, and I'm partnering him with Gabriel too. Like I already mentioned, ideally I'd have probably had one of the foreign centre backs of Van Dijk or somebody, but yeah, I decided to go with Gabriel and Housing because I think it's Gabriel left
That's
foot,
fair
Housing
enough.
right foot. Both of them are very, very good on the ball. Gabriel will be more of the aggressor, while Housing is like the
He's a
calmer
chill
center back.
guy.
So exactly, the chill guy. So my defense is very balanced. But yeah, I think Gabriel had a very, very good season. I think Arsenal they missed him actually when he got he got injured towards the end of the season. I think at the beginning of the season he was deadly from set pieces. Like it was deadly. The whole Arsenal is Stoke City jokes that we were running was because Gabriel was so good from set pieces, honestly. So I think it was an impressive season from him. I think Housing just I had never heard of that guy before this season, but after this season, I was very, very moved. His performances were incredible. I think he scored against United too at some
Of
point.
course, I know. I'm about to say all the guys you're mentioning, but it's all right.
Everybody has
I did,
slapped
but
United.
everybody scored against United.
Everybody
You
had
guys,
some.
Fair enough,
We're
man.
sharing
but
cake. We're
yeah,
giving cake to everybody.
I swear, well, Housing was a very good player, and I mean the fact that he has already gotten a move to Real Madrid from literally from Bournemouth at the age of 20. I mean, what else can you say?
Says a lot.
He's a great player.
Okay, I've removed
Okay.
someone. Okay, yes.
Okay.
So I was going to go with Gabriel and Den Housing, to be honest, because I have to
Ah,
switch out. I had to.
yeah,
That was not my original pick, but I had to remove because I already have slots somewhere, Liverpool slots somewhere. But yeah,
you just
Gabriel. I feel like Gabriel this season performed like on a higher level than Saliba. Saliba performed, but Gabriel was just more considered. And he chipped in with a few goals, and then leadership skills, everything. He showed it before his injury. Gabriel was top man. Every Arsenal corner kick was a worry for every team before teams started to clock them. But yeah, and then my boy Dean Howson, nah, that guy is a serious potential.
It's phenomenal.
Serious potential. I'm just happy that the guy got his move. But originally, I wanted the guy to stay one more season at Bournemouth just to add a bit of maturity in his game. But yeah, Madrid are not hearing any of that though. The guy showed his potential. The guy showed his potential, and they know Madrid. They snapped him up immediately. But yeah, the guy is a
After missing out
wonderful
the next
talent. Like
best young CB last season, so they had to go for Howson.
hmm,
Anyway,
left foot, right foot. Now this guy just sprays passes. The guy reads the game well.
he's a
So
proper Spanish centre back.
bro,
he's a
Anyway,
He's actually a Spanish player. Like that's how they all are. They're always so
they should
comfortable on
not
the ball.
let Enrique near that guy. Anyways,
And Kubasi House, they are sorted for me. Yes. Okay, in midfield.
midfield. I know you are so happy.
I don't know
All
what
right,
you're talking
so
about.
okay, bring
Go
us
ahead.
in. Who do you have? No, who do you have? Who do you
Oh,
have?
who do I have? Okay, so uh okay, I'll give one of my midfielders, right? And of course, one of my midfielders is going to be is Moises
we already
Caicedo.
know. Like I said,
And
I said,
it's well deserved. He usually won our player of the season, so leaving him out would have been a crime. And I genuinely think he has actually shown, like nobody has reminded me this season that I said will cost 100 million. Like no, from August till May, nobody
fair play,
reminded.
fair play,
That's
fair
how I know
play.
that he has not like he's honestly. As Roddy just going to just okay, let me show you guys what a real DM looks like. But honestly, he's an incredible
Fair.
player. I've propped him up so much, and I think it's good that everybody can see the quality of player he is. So yeah, Caicedo is in my midfield.
Okay, so yeah, I also have Caicedo in midfield. Makes you smile, but yeah, I have Caicedo in midfield. Not much to say. He's been really good for Chelsea. Chelsea's best player. So, Footy Visa, who do you have?
Well, I have Caicedo as well.
Best in the world. Rated by force.
Yeah, I think the guy won your best player of the year, Abi.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won player of the year, and it was very, very well deserved. Very well deserved. This the season he had this year, we cannot replace him. Like honestly, and it's good that I think they even want to sign. They want to give him like some sort of either contract extension or modify his
So,
contract anyway
someone that
because
has
he
9 year
deserves.
contract was okay.
he deserves it. I
Anyways,
said that 100 million we paid Brighton. We robbed Brighton. Like we're still owing them 100 million. So, but anyways, yeah, he's a fantastic player. Now, my second midfielder is Morgan Rogers, and the thing is that Aston Villa, I don't know, Emery's style is so weird. It's effective, but it's weird because he literally plays
it
five
is.
midfielders. Like all of the person that plays 10, person that plays on the right, plays on the left, either Jacob
They're all
Ramsey or Morgan
midfielders.
Rogers. They're all midfielders. He literally
They're
just
all
use four
midfielders.
defenders, five midfielders, and Watkins.
Even uses
But
McGinn. He
anyways,
uses
I
McGinn
think
on the flank.
yes, like at this point, Mugid is practically a winger, even though he
Yeah.
was originally a midfielder. But yeah, Morgan Rogers, I tweeted it from like the game against us. I think that was the game that I was like, wow, this is a serious player. He could. Thomas Partey, Rice, nobody could get near him. I know they lost that match, but he was actually moving like a Toure. Once he gets the ball and starts traveling with the ball, he's wrapped. Like
Raps.
you're not touching him, you're
Raps.
not getting close to him, you're not winning the ball off him. He got a lot of like goal contributions, G+A. But even
Yeah.
apart from that, his overall play is my type of player. Like if I have him and Caicedo just in that midfield, either if Caicedo wins the ball and gives it to Rogers, Rogers starts traveling. We're good to go in that midfield. But yeah, I have Morgan Rogers. Great sort of breakthrough season for him.
Okay, so in midfield, I have Bruno Fernandez.
Ah! This
You
guy.
know.
Come
Like
on, come on. Somebody
the thing
finished
is,
17th. Actually, that was supposed to be the
first of all,
second caveat.
he
You
he
can't have
has to
anyone that finished below 15th. That should have been the
we
second
didn't finish
caveat.
below 15th. Thank you. Anyways, we like he has to be here, man. Like when we are good, he's good. When we are bad, he's bad. Like most chances created this season. Like without him, I don't know where we'd be. He had
We
double
relegated.
digit assists. Relax, double digit assists, but maybe who knows? And like Bruno is just that guy. Even like a lot of big moments this season, free kick against Arsenal. I mean, where would you be without Bruno? So Bruno is the
I think
next
that
one in my
performance
mind.
at Anfield, that's Bruno's performance
Yeah.
at Anfield,
That performance was loud.
who did you have? Don't tell me you also have Bruno.
Guy, I also have Bruno.
Who else?
There
Who
was no, there was
else?
no way I was leaving out Bruno. There was no way. There was no way I was
But
leaving
you,
out
you guys
Bruno.
know that the first half of the season, guys were cussing out Bruno. This is I don't know purple patronage, but this is the second half of the season bias
That's
that you
not
guys
true.
are using.
But no,
First
that's
half of
no,
the
that's
season,
not true. He
he
started.
got
He
he
started
got he got
slow.
red card against Wolves. He got red card. He got so
Uh,
many red cards.
he
That
was
first
actually
half.
getting red card like
Uh,
left and right though,
the
but
Lakers were actually tired of him.
No, he actually started
well,
slow. He actually started slow.
he
Like
started
from
slow.
August till I'll say November. It was a rough time for Bruno. Like for his standards, it was below, very, very, very below par. But I feel like from like December, January, the guy went.
Two assists
It's just
against
unfortunate that the
Everton,
guy. It's just
goal
unfortunate
against
that the guy
Forest,
is in a bad team.
goal against
But
City.
the guy literally dragged our asses, dragged
To
us.
15.
God.
Knocked Arsenal out of FA Cup. So he tried.
A
Okay,
goal against
fair.
Rangers as well. Guy, that last
That's
minute goal.
Europa League now. Come on, we can't be breaking Europa League stats into
Mr.
Premier League
Conference
stuff.
League.
Allow. No,
Have I
the
mentioned
guy
anybody's
accepted us.
performance in the Conference League?
No.
Anyway,
That won't be right. Conference League.
anyways, so now my last, well, not really midfielder because he's going to in my own team. He's going to be playing 10. I've gone with the soon to be United player Matheus Cunha in that 10. I think what he did for Wolves this season, like that guy was moving like Kaká this season. Like once he gets him to like Rogers, if he gets the ball and starts traveling, it's actually nice. And he was getting goals, he was getting assists. He was actually carrying Wolves on his back. I think Stradland City was trying anyways, but he was their best player. And for a team that was fighting relegation, they had a player that was genuinely one of the best players in the league this season. I think he had a great season. I've also spoken in a recent video of how I think he would fit into Amorim's system for that left 10. I think he's a great player. Unfortunately, United is actually buying a good player, but yeah, he had an amazing season and he's going to be my 10 in this my team of this season.
Mister, you can't pick someone that finished below 15th, but it's okay.
I'm very sure we will finish above you guys.
Below us,
No, they finished
16th.
16th.
How did they bottle it?
Anyways, yeah. So that my last slot. It was a real tough decision actually between, as you mentioned earlier, Rogers and Cunha, because like I feel like Cunha, I know he missed some games for ban, for this, for that, for different things. Rogers had like same as who did I mention earlier that had such a great start and such a great end to the season. Rogers, especially Villa struggled, like they didn't do as well as they should have towards the end of the season. But I think my last position is going to go to the new Man U man that we just announced today, Mateus Cunha. So I mean, I think it goes without saying. He scored so many goals. Goals against big teams, small teams. Scored from inside the box, outside the box, name it. I think that guy is a fantastic player.
Scored Olympic
So
goal against
and
Man
like
U.
everybody scored against my door. I think my whole team
Everybody's got
has
No,
scored
no,
against
against
him.
Olympic
has done
goal,
something.
Olympic goal.
Anyway, yeah. So Rogers is. I mean, he's not a midfielder, but for the sake of so Caicedo, Bruno, and Mateus Cunha.
Okay, so for my last midfielder, I know that probably you guys might raise eyebrow on this one, but just to save my pick, I'm going with Kulusevski.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, I'm different. I'm
I'm going,
different.
Yeah, what?
I'm going
Like
with
he's different.
Kulusevski.
Oh, it's different.
I'm going with Kulusevski because I feel like before his injury, Kulusevski was just like Bruno, he light in a bad team, in a bad environment. Kulusevski was like that, but he wasn't dropping the goals and assists. But if you actually watch Spurs, Kulusevski was one of their best players, or if not their best players, or if not their best player rather. I feel like Ange, and I'll big up Ange on this one. Like
He was their best player.
Ange actually did a lot for Kulusevski. Like you see Kulusevski in the pocket, Kulusevski guy, that guy is one of the best ball carriers in the league.
Like, see,
One
with the ball
one
at
of
his feet, like Kulusevski is actually
Scary.
second to none dribbling. Like,
It's scary.
he's one of the
He's
best in the
actually
league.
he's
One
actually a
of the
scary
best. He's
player.
one of
It's
the
just
best,
that
honestly.
he's not an unpopular player. He's not like
He's
there's
not
not a lot
flashy.
of noise
It's
around the
not.
guy like Morgan Rogers. But I feel like the guy was a very, very underrated player this season. Like there's not just much noise about the guy. But and he's someone that I rate very, very highly. So I'm going for
And they
Kulusevski.
were also playing him DM, so things like that were happening. So yeah,
I
he's
And
think
a
the
let me
very
look
fact
at
that
the way the guy comes, drops very, very, very deep, picks up the ball, goes one past player, goes past two players, feeds his no, no, the guy is actually very, very
and
It's something to say
the
about
fact that
that.
Ange moved him from like touchline winger to playing was almost playing like 8 or like 10.
yes.
I think that also helped him a lot this season because he had more control and he could
Of the
Mm-hmm.
ball.
impact game more from the central areas rather than just hanging out wide.
And also something
See,
to say about
that's
Spurs, especially like with Kulusevski. Like, I feel like when you watch Spurs, obviously had a horrific season, right? They finished 17th, but like genuinely, when you watch a lot of their games, like aside the scoreline, you wouldn't think they are bad. Like when you watch
yes,
United play, you can tell that we are bad. Like it's obvious to see.
exactly.
But like if you watch Spurs play and you watch them lose a game, you would assume they are probably like, let's say you don't know how the table looks like. You assume they are competing because they look good, but like I
They're
don't know, there's
actually
just
they're
like
actually entertaining. Like
there's just
they're
something
actually
not there. I
entertaining.
don't know, and because I know they scored a lot of goals this season. They scored one of the most goals in Prem, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one
So,
of the most goals.
but they also considered heavy.
Ah,
But Yeah, I don't know if I agree with Kulusevski, but like he's been a good player this season.
Yeah, Kulusevski just is for me is like is it honorable mention? Like just a little below honorable mention. But yeah, on the right wing, you know what should have done actually? You can't use Salah in your team because everybody's going to have Salah. Everybody,
Let's just leave that. So the right wing is
well,
set
anyways,
or
but yeah,
our front three.
right wing is Salah for me, and I mean it's obvious why the goals, the assists, the goal contributions, the Ballon d'Or charge, if it's still the Ballon d'Or charge, anyways. But yeah, I think Salah he deserves all the plaudits. Everything that he has been like, everybody has talked about him. He has talked about he has won the Player of the Season. I think he's going to sweep all those awards honestly, and
And
he
everything.
deserves. Salah is Salah is my right winger. However, if we were doing no Salah in the
No
team,
Salah.
I'm interested to know who would you guys have picked.
I think with no Salah, it's still the same option for everybody.
Salah.
Exactly. Still
Mbeumo. I said with no Salah.
Mbemo.
Right, the right you guys still Mbeumo for everyone because Mbeumo has had such a fantastic season.
Exactly.
So that right wing slot, two of them actually have it unlocked this season. Though.
No Saka shouts.
Anyways, so Mbeumo is everybody's pick for. Mbeumo is everybody's pick for. But honestly, like Thomas Frank's system actually like with his long ball, just Thomas Frank defense and attack. That's how he plays football. So like when they win ball high up to Mbeumo and Wissa and Shada isolated, you know that like even though three of them are isolated, like there's still something there, and almost always starts from Mbeumo. Like they're so good on the counter attack. Like I really like I. They have so Mbeumo is a really good player. Like his links to United, I would be overjoyed if he came because I think he's really really good. Adds a lot of goals to the team. Like he's direct. He's good with both feet. So I like Mbeumo.
And Ahmad go to the bench.
No. We need everybody. Don't worry. Like anybody we can get, we need to sign anybody that we can get.
First, so it's just in Buemo you'd have had if it was not Salah.
Even for Salah, I've had Mbemo. Straight up.
First. Now another like below honorable mention, but is Jared Bowen. I think Bowen scores a lot of goals for West Ham. Like he has
That
the
West
system
Ham.
like fast.
Yeah, a lot of assists.
Like he's very very
But
consistent.
West Ham are just bad.
That's
Seriously,
the
like Fulkrug has been the biggest disappointment. But anyways,
okay. So I think we have our right winger. So it's meaning striker and left winger. So do left winger first or striker first?
let's do striker first.
Let's the striker.
Okay, striker. I
My guy.
so somebody else has to go. I just realized I have two foreign players on my team. I just realized it.
Oh,
Somebody else should go first. Who is your striker?
first of all, having anybody over this man is a crime. Alexander Isak. Like I feel you not picking Isak is just because I'm here. That's the truth. But anyways, Isak is just he has shown that last season was not a fluke. Back to back 20 plus league goals is insane. Like not many can do it. And like you know about Isak, right? Against the big six, he always performs. I think he scored. He was nominated for goal of season, and I think he won most powerful shot or some award like that for his goal against Liverpool. Scored
Yeah,
against Liverpool.
that goal
That was in the league.
crazy.
Scored against Liverpool in the FA Cup final. Scored against United. Scored against Arsenal. I think like how many goals? Like Isak is he's a proper striker. Like he has everything you want. He's tall, he's powerful, he can run, and like his dribbling is top notch. Isak is like, and he's a goal getter. Isak is my pick for. Even though like at the end of the season, like he was actually just scoring penalties, but he was still like making a good enough impact in the team, and Newcastle was still winning games. So Isak is my striker.
First. Just
Well,
go for
my striker as well is Isak.
Clean
Like
sweep.
Isak, like who else am I going to put apart from Isak? man, like Isak really turned up for Newcastle, man. Like I can't lie, like what a player. And that guy, like I saw that Arsenal were linked with the guy like was it like 2 months ago or so. But man, I don't think anybody is grabbing that guy because
Nobody
of
has
who owns
funds.
nobody like because of who owns Newcastle right now. So that guy is comfortable. If the guy wants 300k per week, give him 400. So the guy is not in any rush to go
They're in
anywhere.
Champions League sports.
Like
Newcastle
Champions
are
League
trying to
sports.
compete.
So man, but what is season from Isak this season?
Okay, first. So it's not like I omitted Isak completely. I was going to put Isak to play on the wing and have Chris Wood up top because if we're being real, the left wing market in the league right now is
Is
Yeah,
down.
I actually did a front three of Salah, Isaac, and Buemo. I know obviously
exactly.
you don't like putting right on the left, left on the
So,
right,
but
but
now I think I'm going to do that same thing. I think Mbeumo just has to enter my
yeah,
team
in
and
Buemo
play
has like I think he was too good to omit him from the team of the season.
Yeah, I think Mbeumo is going to be
That
on
that was
my
on my front three.
Salah, Isak,
Salah,
and
Isaac, Mbemo. That was my front
So
three.
front three
but
was a clean sweep for Prem.
the left wing market in the league
It's down.
needs to
It's
rise.
too.
Chelsea, please, if you are watching this, bring Liao to the bridge, please.
I
Bring
actually
Rodri.
thought that guys like Gordon will
Anthony
step
Gordon,
up this season,
Speaking
but
Luis
about
man,
Diaz.
Gordon, right? Luis Diaz started really well, and they moved him to strike, and then Gakpo was playing on left. Those ones, they just like truth is Liverpool's attack was genuinely underwhelming, like Salah.
Hmm.
Like
That's carry job.
Salah carry job, especially that first half of the season. And then Gordon was okay. He went out, he got an injury and a red card. Barnes came, stole his stole his chain. Other teams like nobody was really players scored here and there, but nothing really. And no one's crazy. Nobody put a City player in the whole 11. No City player.
that's
So
true.
you know the thing. I thought of City players to put.
Same, I thought of it, but
The only players I could maybe muster was Guardiol. Maybe Guardiol would have partnered, but I
yeah,
didn't want to have,
Gvardiol.
I
But
didn't want
like
to have
I feel like
two left-footed centre backs. So either Guardiol or I think Kovacic actually had a good season. I think Kovacic actually had a good, but
guy,
like
rest this Jovacic. Jovacic time has gone.
no, now I'm not even, like I'm not propping Kovacic or anything, but I think he had a good season. Considering what City did this season, I think he was one of their better performers. But he wasn't strong enough for me to put him ahead of the other guys. So I
Yeah.
don't think City players
Do you
apart
guys have
from
any honorable mentions?
I already
Honorable. Okay, I
Owen,
spoke about adding Rogers. I didn't Rogers to my team. Bowen, Robinson to no. Anyways, guy,
what do you
Palmer
mean?
scored like 2 goals from January now. Please, guys, of the season. Anyways, yeah. I think that
I
concludes the teams.
yeah teams of the season. So, but for me, Kopama is an honorable mention. I know what you're talking about. Okay,
Okay, so I
carry on.
what?
What
I'm having Murillo. I'm having Murillo
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
and
going to talk about.
Murillo,
Okay,
Tonali,
Mourinho honorable mention.
um,
Declan
Tonali
Rice.
was really good.
Declan
Declan
Rice
Rice,
was good. No,
Rice,
he's no Caicedo, but he tried. Anyway,
Ahmad, injuries.
it's
Ahmad.
okay.
Well,
It's okay. It's okay. So for the next
anyways,
section, we're moving to the individual awards. So the first is
okay.
obviously the player of the season, and again,
Player of the
this
season
one
aside Salah. Should we do player of the season aside Salah?
now that's interesting. And I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Who do you guys have as player of the season aside Salah?
Now, I know who Glory thinks I'm going to go for.
I don't even know who
But
you're going to go for. Like I really have no idea.
okay, so
Oh,
I,
all right.
I'm not going for him, but I'm actually going for Mbuemo.
I'm
I'm going for
I'm
Mbuemo
different.
because no, normally I would go for Isak because it's well, anyways, Mbuemo because like he's impact on that Brentford team, just elevating. Like, and the thing is, the way a lot of their goals, like they come, he's involved always somehow. Whether if it's not a goal or an assist, it's like he's involved in the counter. He's running past. He's doing this. He's doing that. Like Mbeumo is genuinely like uh, probably even more than Bruno, like the most vital player for like a team this season. I think Mbeumo has that. I think the top three will probably be Mbeumo, Salah, and Bruno for like most the most impactful players on their teams. But so I think I went with Mbeumo for my team. Since he scored 20 goals, playing for Brentford on the right, ridiculous.
Okay.
Well, I'm going for Isak. Isak, to be honest, because I feel
Isaac.
like his importance to Newcastle is not on par with that of Mbeumo to Brentford. But I feel like Isak is another player that is almost involved in all phases of the game. Like the way he drops deep, the way he links up play. Like if you look at when Isak is not in the team to when maybe someone like Callum Wilson is in the team, like they don't play the same way. When Callum Wilson plays, they always do the target man thing, hit it long to Calories, let him know. But you see Isak dropping deep. You see him playing with Bruno, Tonali. Then you see him on the left. You see him on the right. Combination play and everything. So I think he's equally as important to Newcastle like the way Mbeumo is to Brentford. But Mbeumo's one might be slightly higher. But and
Yeah,
then he also bagged in goals. Guy, different varieties of goals. So man,
important goals.
important goals,
Goes
left
against
foot, right foot, everything.
I think yeah. Aside like Isak, is like it was neck and neck for me between Mbeumo and Isak, and then Isak did eventually qualify for Champions League. But because of that importance to the team, I think I'm going with Mbeumo. But like, it's a coin toss.
Anyways, those two options are cute.
Okay, Caicedo.
No way no way
I,
this guy wants to say Caicedo, no way, Jesus.
I mean, I mean, just because midfielders don't get goals and assists. I mean, Rodri just won the Ballon d'Or. You guys need to stop sleeping on midfielders just because they don't get goals and assists. And the point when you said the most important players to their sisters, I promise you, if you remove Caicedo from that team this season, would have been shambolic. Honestly, Caicedo is. This is my bias. I won't lie. This is actually my bias speaking. I think Isak too deserves a shout. Isak is probably the correct answer, but for my for my Caicedo agenda, I have to push Caicedo as much as possible. But genuinely, yeah, I would give
Fair,
him.
fair, fair.
I'll give him as the player of the season. I think he was even at some point he was having to play right back, and then for right back he would invert into the midfield. But I think honestly, Caicedo was one of our best players. Okay, okay. So young player of the season. Who are you guys giving?
Young player of the
Young player of the
season.
season.
Okay, so 21 and below. I have to think, but so wait, Glory, go first. Okay, I think how old is Morgan Rogers?
Rogers is 22.
Okay,
He's
I
going
think
to
he's
be.
Ronaldo is
22. I think
22.
he's 22.
But
He was
beginning of
going
the
to be
season
Rogers.
was
Um,
21. Beginning of the season was 21, to be fair.
Okay,
mm,
yeah. But I went with Miles Lewis Skelly, and he didn't. I mean, he didn't play as much because at the beginning of the season he was literally a nobody, or like nobody knew him. But I think once he got into the team and started playing consistently, he showed everybody just how good he was. Alan was asking who he was, stay humble, all of that. By the time he played the second leg, it was the Skelly that even scored. He was honestly he was an incredible player. I've spoken
talent
about him
celebration.
before. His
And
ball
the fact that
carrying,
the guy went straight from academy football straight to men's football,
straight to
straight to men's
balling
football, and
about.
the
He's
guy
an
just
incredible
fitted in perfectly.
player. Honestly,
But me,
yeah. So
I'm going for Dean Housing, sure.
Okay,
Go
yeah,
for
Dean
Dean
this
Housen.
Housing.
guy, okay. But now that now leads me to the next category, which is actually signing of the season, and that is where me I went for Dean Housing. So what did you guys go for a signing
Mm,
of the season?
eh?
Signing of the season. I have to
Now
think.
that I've
I
gone with
mean, I'm going to go with Sales as the signing of the season.
Was this his first season?
Yeah, they had
I,
this. Yeah, this is first season. They had this keeper. I can't remember his name. Like that was just conceding from set piece every week.
Are you for real?
But yeah, this is first season. I'm pretty sure,
Okay.
right? Okay, no, I think he signed January last season. He signed January
Uh,
last season.
yeah, I
Okay,
remember.
okay, that's true. Okay, so I need to think.
Who did
Okay,
you go for?
Tommy Singo.
Um, since I've gone for Dean House as my young player of the season, so I don't want to put him as sign of the season, but even though for me it's my sign of the season, so I'll just go with Milenkovic
Okay,
as the
Mhm.
sign of
confirm.
the season. Like leadership, solid rock at the back, playing last line of defense, helping Murillo to advance and then do his thing. Now the guy actually had a very very good season.
Very strong first season actually.
Okay, so sign of the season. The person I'll go for is probably Liam Delap.
Was it his first season?
Yeah, yeah, this is first
Yeah,
season.
this is first season.
So,
Wow, what a player! My striker, my
so
nine.
yeah, what do you say? But Delap
I, I
is
like
a serious
I like
player.
to see that
So
Dylan Jackson Batusha.
yeah.
Delap what?
Anyway,
Dylan Jackson, no, we'll be there, we'll be there.
No nine, please. We're not doing
Delap is here game
striker.
week 2.
God forbid. Well, yeah, I think Liam Delap is a great shout, and I can't wait to see what he has for us. I know he has like 30 GA in stuff for us next season. Okay, manager of the season.
I think this is a clean sweep and a slot.
Is he really a clean sweep?
Is it really a
Ha!
clean sweep?
No signings.
Is it
Yes,
really a
yeah,
clean sweep?
my manager
Okay,
season is
Trisha.
cancelled. Everybody when Klopp left, everybody made it out that replacing dynasty is hard. See what happened after Fergie left. See what happened after Wenger left. See what will happen after Klopp leaves, and there was no new signing. So everybody was predicting the worst.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that he won the league in December, honestly, is a joke. And it was no new signings, just with the same players. I mean, it helps that the same players he had with Van Dijk and Salah and Alisson. So I mean, but at the end of the day, he still had to get get the job done, and he did. So I think yeah, and so deserves manager of the season. But do you guys have any honorable mentions?
Honorable
Um,
mention. I mean,
honorable mention, yes, maybe because the three managers for me that were up there as the best and Slot, Nuno, and Thomas Frank. Like Thomas Frank
yeah,
for
no,
me,
no.
more because he has like he has a lot of tactical flexibility. Like he's just like a refreshing coach. Like what he brings to the prem, and then aside from the fact that Brentford are like properly run, like from a coaching point of view, the way he adapts his game to the players he has, nah, it's just I just like if you hear him talk, like when he's talking about football, like when he's breaking it down, bro, like nah, the guy is actually up there. And then for Nuno, taking Forest from relegation scrap last season straight to Europe competition. Nah, I know that Forest dropped off a bit. I wanted them to get Champions League, but they dropped off. But still, it's still a win. It's still a big accomplishment for them, and they still entered Conference League. So that's a big win. So yeah, Nuno is up there as. But and Slot, he won the league straight into Prem football. He delivered no signings. Nah, I have to give it to him. And then the way he handled Salah, like if you look at the way he used Salah this season, like Salah basically had no defensive contribution. Anytime the ball is turned over, you see Salah almost close to the final third. Like he just relieved Salah of his defensive responsibilities, asked Konate to help Trent or asked Konate to help Bradley sort that out. As for Salah, and Slot just pushed him closer to goal, and then that helped him a lot. So give Slot then improved players like Gakpo, improved players like Gravenberch, McAllister. Nah, he actually did his thing. So I'll give him my manager of the season. Then also Vitor Pereira. Vitor Pereira came in
Uh,
December and got Wolves balling. Amorim. Amorim. Okay. Okay.
Akins people have made
I
that
know
just
I said that Strand last season scored. I think he had double digit goals. Sean Austin
It's
had double
possible.
digit
It's
goals.
possible, but
Yeah, it's double digits.
I
It's
can
double
remember.
digits.
I can remember his
That's
scoring.
actually mad.
Everybody scored double digits aside United. Don't worry.
Bro, Andre was balling. What's his other guy? His midfield partner. Um,
Joao,
Jao
Joao
Gomez.
Fez,
Gomez balling. Ah, no, 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 no.
Fez. I think another thing about Thomas Frank I wanted to even mention was that the fact that he lost Ivan Tony, but like it wasn't
Exactly.
even like just okay,
They didn't
Mbema,
feel it.
let's dance. And honestly, he's an incredible manager. Hopefully, no top club, but hopefully United don't snatch him up.
We've not even mentioned Wisa on this pod.
No, Visa was good though, but if we're going through nights, if I don't think he would be. It is that I think the quality of the nights this season was actually respectable. Like
It,
there are
it
a
was
lot of
actually really good. Aside,
there are a lot
there was
of
one
nights
club
that
that had a very, very bad name, but
one impostor,
anyway,
one
Let's
like,
be
red
honest.
impostor.
like genuinely, every team like had some. I mean, guy, even us now with Merino outperforming some other teams, nice, but with like actually
Yeah,
like the
a lot of
people were saying like the eras of nines that have been dying, right? Like wingers have been scoring, but like this season is giving a glimmer of hope that that like nines can be back. Like Wisa score, like almost every team has somebody scoring. Wisa, Watkins,
the lab,
the lab,
Stradlassen,
everybody.
There's only so much you can do without a goal scoring, a goal scorer.
That's like
why not?
every team needs a goal getter.
Man,
Like
that guy. Ah.
who's the bags man? Anyway,
First, okay. So I think the last award, which is kind of a shame, but we have to mention it. The flop of the season. So for flop of the season, it can be a player, it can be a club, it can be a manager, it can be anything. But flop of the season, what are you guys going with?
this is I mean, if we are doing club, I mean, there's it's very, very hard to say. Like two teams are going neck and neck. Probably the biggest battle of the season. More than relegation, more than top four race. That's the biggest fight of the season. And then for what you said, club,
It can be
manager,
a club, it
or
can be a
to be
player, it
honest, like I feel like all three of these awards can go to one club. So,
can
I think this was a very, very disappointing season from United. Very, very, very disappointing season from Amorim. Because Amorim came so gassed, so highly rated. Like how he turned around Sporting, made Sporting such a he was already like next in line for Guardiola's job when he leaves. That's what everybody was saying. And then with such high expectations, he now beat City just before he came to the league.
ah man.
He said that the fans are going to think he's the next coming of Fergie. And even though he might not be, that's what he said. And it's true, he did. He gave us hope. But what can we do but be hopeful? So all the awards are United and flop of the season. Just pick any player and starting 11, and we are good to go.
Ah, that's crazy.
So flop of
Aside Ahmad Bruno, the rest you can pick any of them.
flop of the season. Man, I think I'll just go with Sterling.
Ah,
Uh,
ah.
yeah, I did not expect anything, sha, but yeah, Sterling is a good shout.
I think no, because like I don't know, there was kind of I had a lot of hope for him that okay he'll come in, he'll kickstart his career again and everything. But man, it hasn't been looking good at all.
Man said, you're about to see the best of me. You're going to
Exactly,
score
bro.
few
And
few
Sterling is a player that I like right from Liverpool. The guy has been a baller at City. So I thought that okay, the guy was going to because we had a rough time at Chelsea. So I thought that, okay, Arsenal was going to kickstart and then he even push Martinelli to the bench. But man, it was the opposite too.
Okay,
So
okay,
I'm good.
so Glory, who's your
I think yeah, flop of the season. Since you already mentioned Sterling, I'll mention Sterling again. Now I think Sterling was an honorable mention. I think Zexi saved himself a little bit, but he was an honorable mention too. So I think for season Sterling, but since Sterling has been mentioned, I would go with Federico Chiesa. And I'm going with him because, yes, and everybody says Liverpool didn't make any signings. They actually did make one signing, and that was Chiesa. And I expected him, I mean, maybe he's still somewhat living off that Euros tax. But I expected him to actually play a significant role. I expected him to be a starting option because going into the season, Gakpo and Diaz, none of them had really laid down that left wing position. I wasn't even expecting Chiesa to come and lay it down, but I was expecting him to at least be very involved. And he didn't. He was like they won the league literally without him. Of course, like always, he had some injury issues. But apart from that, he didn't do much. Like nothing really notable for him the whole season. I think that's disappointing for a player that I personally really rated, especially after the Euros. But yeah, I think Chiesa is my flop of the season.
Okay, so
Okay. And with that, we've come to the end of this episode, our Premier League awards for 24-25. Thank you guys for showing up, Folaju and Footy Wizard. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. It means you actually entertained. Make sure you drop a comment, drop your own team of the season in the comments, drop your young player, your player of the season. I'm very, very sure that there's a player that we're all missing. That's just how this thing always happens.
there's
So drop that
probably
in the
Yeah, there's
comments.
definitely a player
honorable
that
mention. Honorable mention. This honorable, but we did mention Bruno G as honorable mention. But anyways, yeah,
Exactly. I'm sure if any Newcastle fan was looking at this, they'll be killing us because we didn't really talk about Brunoji or Tonali. So, or even Luis Hall or
the
Livramento. But anyways,
Livramento.
exactly. So drop your honorable mentions in the comments, drop your signing of the season, your flop of the season, and anything we missed out. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, follow us on Twitter, on IG, on TikTok, and yeah, see you in the next episode.